the way we start meditating is pretty much the same every time. And we're sitting in chairs, which is fine. Some people might meditate on the floor. But it is nice to get your feet on the ground and your hands in your lap and be in a comfortable position and with your back upright in a way that it can stay comfortable. And sometimes it even is nice to look around the room and just see like what's around you and find your place in the room. And that's where you kind of start your awareness, by knowing where your body is. And then when you do that, you bring now your consciousness more into your body. And we always start our meditations by becoming aware of something. And one of the good ways to start is to become aware of the breath. And it's one of those things it's a good model for unconsciousness, right? Because it's been happening your whole life. Your chest expands and contracts, and it's happening right in your body, and it's, happens all day, and you don't know that it's happening, right? So it's like almost like an unconscious thought. They're just happening all the time. You don't know. So this breathing is happening all day, and you don't know. And so now we're meditating, and please it's so simple, just know that you're breathing. It's so simple, but it can be so difficult because the brain starts to do all of its thinking, but just bring it back. And when you really can concentrate on your breath, there's all kinds of things you can notice about your nose moving and the air going into your trachea and lungs and all the way to where the lungs fill up. And then there's a little trigger, and then like a little panic. And then the body says change, and then the chest goes down. And so, some meditations we can do the whole half hour, exploring air moving. But for now, we're just please become aware of your breathing. And notice how that's different than when you're not aware of your breathing. Okay, so this opening to this awareness is like, okay, I know that I'm breathing. And then we'll quickly know that we have a body. Again, it's not something that is always in your awareness, but starting at your feet, it's like, oh, there's your feet. There's your toes. There's your ankle. And your leg, lower leg, your incredible knee joint. Connecting those bones then to your upper leg and those muscles in your thighs and your hips. And all of a sudden you're aware that you have these two legs that have been carrying you around all day. And maybe feel some gratitude for those legs. Or maybe there's some pain in those legs. Whatever's happening in the moment. But does it feel different to be aware of your legs? And moving up then to your pelvis and lower abdomen, chest, and just being aware of that whole front side of your torso and all the organs within, and then going to your lower back, feeling where it's tight, muscles pulling, perhaps sore spots, spasms. They're there. And sometimes when you become aware of it, it's just like, ooh, it relaxes. Because you didn't even know that those spasms were there. It's like, oh. So awareness kind of transforms these muscle spasms. Or you might have a pain, and having the awareness makes it even feel worse. But maybe that's, for the moment, you could just compassionately accept that. And move on now to the upper back and shoulders. And then your palms of your hands and the back of your hands, your wrists, and your forearms, and elbows and upper arms, and then up to your neck. And I'd like to stop at this point and just bring awareness to your whole body below your head. And maybe for the first time today, it's like this, your whole body's there. And there's like an animation with awareness. It's like, now that you know that it's there, it's there. So with this same awareness now, we'll become aware of our head. So we're not just a head and we're not just a brain, right? We've explored this body, and now we'll take the awareness up to the back of the head, and the top of the head, and the forehead, and the eyes, and the nose, and the cheeks, and the mouth, chin, and all the muscles on the face maybe start to quiver a little bit with awareness. Mine do. So just feel this. You're aware of your head now. You can be aware of sight and aware of sounds. Aware of tastes. And so let's just be aware that just like our lungs are breathing, okay, the organ of your brain thinks. And so you might be having some thoughts right now. And just like you're aware of the breath, which was the doorway to awareness, could you be aware of your thoughts? And if you think a thought, and become aware of that, what happens to the thought? If I tell you, don't think of a white elephant or pink elephant, you're going to immediately think of a pink elephant. So it's hard to get rid of thoughts. So thoughts come, but if you just hold them in awareness like you hold your breath, in awareness. And so you'll practice this awareness. And then maybe awareness starts to feel like a thought. And so take a deep breath. And see what it might be like to be aware that you are aware. And if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. If it generates thoughts, just be aware of the thoughts. If you really have a lot of thoughts, you just go back to your breath, and see if you can just focus on the breath. Come back. Aware of the body, aware of the thoughts. Aware of awareness. Which brings up the question, am I my thoughts? Am I the awareness of my thoughts? Am I what other people have told me? Am I my habits? My conditions? My preconceived ideas? My political party? Or am I something beyond that? Being aware of all those things. Being aware of awareness. Where there is no beginning, there is no end. There is no fear. something connecting us to something bigger, like a prayer. Something that can connect us all wherever we are in the world. Something uniquely human. We can live our full potential as Homo sapiens sapien, the ape that's aware that it's aware. And the well-worn path of habits is now way far away. And our world of possibilities suddenly becomes so much more. And then we can experience peace and love and joy and generosity from a place that makes sense, that's authentic. Not because you have to, not because someone told you to, but it just makes sense from this place. It's much more authentic than the flavor of the day, the thought of the day, the habits of your culture, family, history. This is your own experience of yourself, and then you choose how you'd like to express it. And be compassionate with yourself. This takes practice. And you may have to do it over and over again, starting with the breath. Awareness of the breath, awareness of the body, awareness of thoughts, awareness of emotions, awareness of awareness, distraction, start over. But that's okay. We're all on this path together, not on the sidelines throwing stones. And so now we'll end by taking 3 breaths. And then open your eyes and stretch.